city of Boston and its tree-lined streets. It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. With Doris Berg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And we welcome in someone who has been writing and communicating NBA basketball thoughts in book, over the air, in podcasts, and on TV, the terrific Bill Simmons. Bill, great to have you.
And now for somebody who's playing a video game at 3 in the morning. That's my next. That's the next phase for me.
But isn't this a great venue?
This is great.
I know.
It's great. They're half asleep. My voice is waking them up.
Bill Simmons is terrific.
Yeah. Wake up. I'm talking to you.
DA, take it away.
Well, the maturity and poise of a young Jason Tatum has often been talked about. Maybe that's because his parents prepared him for the NBA from an early age in St. Louis. They had pretend press conferences using a hairbrush as the microphone. And you can say he's been groomed for this. And it's paying off, guys.
Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. And Jason Tatum, his rookie year regular season was good. Then the numbers went up a lot in the playoffs. And then second year, just for whatever reason, his numbers was off track.
The thing with him is the free throw attempts. Like, if you look at Carmelo and Kevin Durant, some of the better scoring forwards over the years, those first couple years, they were getting to the line. And with him, he went to the line 3.1 times last year, which is crazy. That's not even one free throw attempt a quarter. Yeah. So he should be in the 8-9 range. He's unstoppable when he goes to the basket. He's got long arms. He can finish with either hand. And for him to settle for 20-footers, which we know is the worst shot in basketball, it's really frustrating. I hope you're listening to this.
He is. He's playing.
He's playing me right now.
Yes,
Jason, if you're playing yourself right now, go to the basket.
So the next starting five. Joe Harris is out there with Lance Thomas. Then there's Allen. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chiozza in at the 1. And for Boston, Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Smart, the guards. And it's Brown in at center. It's deflected. Here's Tatum from deep. And the Celtics hit again from deep. And Bill, of the championships you've watched the Celtics win, do you have a favorite?
I do, actually. 1984, came back against the Lakers in the Kevin McHale clothesline game. Brought them back to the Garden for Game 5. It was so hot, Kareem off in Game 7.
Rambis was the recipient of that clothesline.
He was, and he deserved it. It's not like he didn't deserve it. But the Celtics were just tougher that year. I try to forget that the next year they came back and beat the Celtics.
So out of the gates, 3 for 3, exactly what they're looking for.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And another basket for Boston.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors. In Boston, where you received your master's degree in journalism. What attracted you to this profession? Why journalism?
I couldn't do anything else, and I didn't like manual labor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that really was it. I was good at writing.
Like anybody in your family or anybody you
I was always a good writer, and I liked writing and sports.
Yeah.
So just kind of like, these are two things
Did it in
together.
high school, I'm assuming?
Yeah, started in high school. I had the big thing for me was in college. I had a column for the school newspaper, really from freshman year on. And around sophomore year of college, it started to get momentum. And that was the first time I thought, I wonder if I can get paid for this. Right. Which, as it turned out, no, until I was about 29. Yeah.
Here's Allen. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. For Boston, they've gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. The 3 from Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And stolen by Tatum. And another basket for Boston.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Got a piece of it. For Brooklyn, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Pass to LeVert. Here's Chiosa. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State.
And let's not forget about the assist. This guy is a playmaker, was a driving force for that offense.
Bill, if you were building a franchise, would you begin with or build around?
Probably Giannis, because he's turning 25 this year. I still feel like the ceiling of what he's going to do is go up as he becomes more of a shot maker. He's really durable, which I think is built to play basketball. There's certain guys like that. I think Kevin Garnett was like that. Tim Duncan was like that. Just guys who you just know are going to be around for 17, 18 years. The way I like to watch the running styles, and the game just comes so easy to him. He's so athletic and really cares and is really competitive and just wants to do this and win at basketball. That's how I feel.
Looking to end the run. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Tatum, that's for 2, and another basket for Boston.
And when you got someone putting on a show like this, I mean, in the first quarter, you have got to be kidding.
And here's Chiosa. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Shot's good by Walker.
Just a great job of controlling that defensive backboard, then getting out in transition. That's been the difference.
For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee. You know, Bill, you've seen Gordon Hayward work his way back from injury. How much longer do you think until he's 100% both physically and mentally?
Well, he's basically lost 2 years. You know, he lost the first year obviously because of the injury, and then the second year was really up and down, and he'd have these waves where he was confident for a week or two, and then it would just go away again. Heading towards the playoffs, he looked great, and then it went away again. And I always felt like he had a little bit of PTSD from the injury, where there would be times where he just didn't want to drive in traffic and bounce off people and play in the air. And if you watched him in Utah, that was all the stuff that made him special. Like, he was a really athletic player, and when you lose that, it's hard to get back. It's hard to trust, like, when you land, somebody's foot's not going to be there.
It's like if you blew a knee, you're always worried about people down around you, right?
So the role model would be Paul George, because Paul George, you could see the first year he came back was a lot of the same. You know, he was a little nervous in the air. He wasn't as physical as he used to be, and then it came back and then some. So the hope with Hayward is that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's Johnson. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Tatum's got 32 points in the game. For Brooklyn, they've gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. And there it is for him.
Another turnover there leading to a basket.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Walker with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit, Greg, for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Brooklyn with the ball, following the bucket by the Celtics. Took him no time at all on that one. Tatum's got 40 points.
This guy has been unstoppable. It has not mattered at all what the defense throws at him. He's had an answer.
Johnson against Walker. They double-team Johnson. There's Thomas with the 3, and Boston with the rebound. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. A nice shot by Tatum.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Johnson with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Thomas finds LeVert. Johnson against Walker. Allen outside. 4 on the clock. Back to Johnson. They need this one. Rebounded by Smart. Now Tatum. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Tatum's got 45 points.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. Their defense has been active and effective. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach, Brad Stevens. He said they go way back.
Our relationship started when I was in high school. He came to my morning work.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And a few of those led to quick scores at the other end. Really active first quarter for them.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. They've got Harris. Karis LeVert is out there with Johnson. And there's Jared Allen. And it's Caruge in at the 4 slot. It's stolen by Harris. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. And the Nets making a change here. Chioza's checked in. There's the pass to Harris. LeVert with the wide open look. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback.
You know what? That's all about hustle and a nose for the basketball. Tremendous job on the offensive glass by Jared Allen.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And here's a check of the 2K leaderboard and the top rebounding shooting guards of the past 10 games. And you look at LeVert, a terrific rebounder, 5th overall.
And these are sort of your do-it-all guys. I mean, even if rebounding isn't necessarily a priority for shooting guards, it's still something that helps for your team get wins.
Oh, no doubt about it. Their contributions on the glass provide their team with a huge bonus. As hard as they work on the glass, it makes things a lot easier for their teammates in the post. Lessens the load a little bit on those interior guys.
A nice shot by Tatum.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Bill, you wear so many hats, writing, producing, performing. You're running the ringer, which is highly successful. What role satisfies you the most?
I would say working with young people and trying to help them get better. I think that's the coolest thing you can do, especially if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things and realized some dreams. Like, the next thing to do is just to, can you help other people get to where they should go?
Well, a lot of this wasn't around when you and I were growing up. So
No.
what were your dreams?
My dream initially was just to write a sports column that people read. That's what I wanted forever, yeah. And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next, but taking chances and hoping things are going to be fun and work out. You have to have a good team around you, and you have to have like 6 or 7 awesome people that you completely trust who can help you do stuff, because it's impossible to do everything yourself, especially if you're trying to increase the scale of what you're doing. And I think that even works for an NBA organization. You know, it's not like one person running everything. I would say putting a good team around you is the most important thing.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, that's 2 fouls on him early. He'll have to be careful not to pick up another one.
Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for the Nets. Tipped away, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. Now here's Allen. Here's Harris. Softly drops in the floater. Harris has got his first points of the night.
Okay, Jared Allen, we see you making that look for a big man. That's a pretty pass.
And with the 2K Esports League, Bill, players not only get a salary, they can also sign endorsement deals. They're celebrities now unto themselves.
So what are the endorsement deals that the 2K players sign? Is it like hat? Because you're not really moving. Nobody can people see your clothes? They can, right?
They can
See
see
these
your
sneakers,
clothes, maybe it's a hat, maybe a
drinks,
shirt, all of it.
Do the announcers get endorsement
Clubs.
deals? Where's our
Well,
endorsement
if
deal
they
money?
don't, we could probably make the step for it right here.
I'm ready.
This is the venue to do it right
I'm
here.
ready to do whatever.
Let's change the culture.
CTC.
Now Harris, after Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. That's tipped. Harris against Brown, and then Brown with the dunk.
Boy, how impressive is the quickness Jaylen Brown possesses. This guy sprints hard toward the cup on every drive.
Nets have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. On the wing, Harris lays it up and banks it in. Harris has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Well, Bill, yet another engaging conversation. Thanks for stopping by. We always appreciate your time.
Yeah, next time let's talk about the hard salary cap. I think the people really love that one. Yeah, I have some ideas.
You would make it interesting.
I have some luxury tax ideas. Yeah, we'll get super technical.
I would be here for them.
Okay.
Well, Doris, you read most reporters, they try to stay impartial, but not Bill Simmons.
I think that's what makes him special, Kevin, right? He has his own lens through which he sees things, and he is unafraid to give you his opinion.
And running, they have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
And here's Chioza. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. To the paint. There's the double team with Walker. Nabbing another steal.
He's making history, tied for third most steals in a single game.
Incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Chioza. Tatum passes to Smart. Over Allen. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Yeah, again, just a lackluster transition defense.
Here's Smart, and he uses the glass on the layup. Smart's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Celtics out in front, running away with this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
Walker and Smart, the guards. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Brown in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Doris, if you had a list of players with all the great talent in this league, that's the most difficult to stop one-on-one, who would that be?
Well, like in similar situations, I can't give you just one. Some names that come immediately to mind, James Harden, obviously, has been in the MVP race for 5 years running, I think. He's virtually impossible to guard, right? He's got a great system for his individual skills. Kevin Durant can get any shot he wants at any time. And then the virtuoso, that is LeBron James, who can pick you apart with shooting, with scoring, with passing. It's really nothing short of remarkable.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Wasted no time on that one. Smart's got 14 points for the game.
You want to talk about a perfect performance? He hasn't missed a shot all night. Incredible.
Shot's good by Walker.
Yeah, just continued sloppiness with the basketball. They are shooting themselves in the foot.
Burnett shooting only 27% from the field, looking pretty ugly out there. Chioza passes to Harris. To the middle. That's good from Thomas on the assist from Harris.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Celtics.
Brown throws it down.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second-half run.
And I think, Greg, it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
And Brown throws it down.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, Greg, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Chioza passes to Allen. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. That one on Smart.
And guys, I think the future is so bright for Jared Allen. We're talking about an athletic, mobile big man who has already proven to be an accomplished two-way player.
In the city of Boston, 12 championships since 2000, 6 in football, 4 in baseball, and 1 apiece in hockey and basketball.
Greg, you'd have to say Boston has become the sports capital of the country. The fans are knowledgeable, they're passionate, and they are justifiably proud.
And taken away by Brown.
And continuing to cough it up here. The TOs threatening to cost these guys the game.
Guys, this guy is a natural-born scorer. Jason Tatum finding his groove.
They get a hand on it. And Brooklyn with another turnover here.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Jaylen Brown? He's getting around 20 points per, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally.
Good, another from 3.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep. Brown, good.
And how about the pressure they're able to now start to apply, taking advantage of every miscue.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nets. Ball's knocked loose. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Let's have a look at the league's top scorers for the past month. To say these guys have been hot is an understatement. Second is Jason Tatum.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Johnson, the pass to Caruth. Here's Allen. Shoots over Brown. Allen's shot is off.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Temple, guarded by Smart. And it's Caruth missing.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop it.
Connects again from distance.
And of course it falls for him. That 3 pushes him into the history books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget. Hayward comes with the double team. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Smart. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Cancer.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort.
And another steal for him.
He's been a defensive terror all.
And another one falls. Amazing.
He is simply unconscious here tonight. Nobody can stop him right now.
GA, the points keep coming, and he's climbing up that scoring ladder. Third on the list, well in sight.
And Wilt Chamberlain holds both the first and third place scoring marks. First, of course, for 100 points, and third place all time with 78. Anytime Wilt's name comes up, you are making history.
Guys, you talk about players coming in, and with a huge impact, Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Where do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum? Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
Walker dishes to Hayward. Feeds it to Brown. Celtics passing it around. There's the double team with Allen. And he comes up with the deuce.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
The Nets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. He swipes the ball away again.
He's stolen his way into the record book.
A new single game high. GA first. And good. He hits it again.
He has been simply unstoppable.
And he's now third all-time for points in a game. 1 for the ages.
He surpassed Wilt Chamberlain's less famous scoring mark from 1961, and Kobe Bryant now in his sights.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
The Nets had to be so judicious and so smart with every move they made because they did not have top draft selections. So you have to use cap space to acquire picks. They had to find sleepers in the draft. They had to find players who were probably undervalued and then develop those players. This is an organization that used every tool at their disposal.
Tatum, that's for 2, connects again.
And that score moves him up in the record books yet again.
He now stands, Greg, alone for second place for points. What an unbelievable night.
To think that he has eclipsed Kobe's mark of 81 and now has his sights set on 100, this is a game you'll be talking about for decades.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Hits it from three-point range.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Inside, a slam dunk by Thomas.
Well, terrific job by Tyler Johnson to do exactly what they want him to do, find his open teammates.
And again for 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Fires for 3, gets the three-pointer to fall. Johnson's got 7 now in this quarter.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Boston on top, just dominating this one. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Luwawu. Jalen Johnson is out there with Crawford. And there's Anderson, and it's Hall in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And here's Crawford. And Tatum pulls it down.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. Out of their last hot makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Knocked away. And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
Another bucket. Wow.
And that score puts him even. A night I never thought we'd see.
He's now tied point for point with the record. One more score. He'll be all alone at the top of the record. Another one goes. Incredible.
I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. A new single-game scoring record.
Oh, history being made as we speak. Unbelievable.
And Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game has been surpassed. Pick up the phone, let everybody know something special has happened here tonight.
Doris, as you always say, there is a grace in handling wins and losses in this game, isn't there?
You know what, Kevin? There's an old saying that winning and losing are imposters, that it's everything to do with how you react to constant learning and growing experiences. And listen, everybody wants to win, but can you experience losing with grace and dignity? Can you embrace the joy of pure competition? To me, that's one of the beautiful things about the NBA. Men handle heartbreak and joy and set an example for the next generation. It's beautiful.
And they pick up 2.
And in dropping that one, he stops a 13-0 run by Boston.
That falls. Nice feed that time for Walker. Walker's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. Johnson, double team, pass to Hall. Back to Johnson. People look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel? Have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
That shot wide open.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Smart with the ball, and Crawford picks him up defensively. And the shot is good.
The clever floater, right? Marcus Smart putting the right amount of touch on what is really a tough shot.
The Nets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Passes to Llewellyn. To the inside. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
That bucket in no time at all. Smart's got 11 in the second half.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Crawford against Smart. And again, it's the Nets missing. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Well, this is why it's important that Gordon Hayward continue to space the floor. When he's hitting from distance, boy, it unlocks every aspect of his game.
Cans it from downtown. And it's now 22 points for Marcus Smart.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
That one falls.
Tyler Johnson's always best when he's playing within himself. You have to understand, hey, I'm here to facilitate.
Round kicks to Tatum. And another one.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Boston.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jason Tatum.
You can set a tone with defense, and that's exactly what he did with how he protected the rim.
Musa, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're in front. There's 1:17 left in the game. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jason Tatum.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance.
Well, the jump shot that Jason Tatum has is absolutely lethal. The form, the extension, everything is on point.
59 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And it's Walker penetrating. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Here's Wanamaker, and the layup's good off the glass.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Pass to Musa. And that one misses. No luck that time either. And they get it. And it's Karuch missing.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
No good from 18. Hayward from outside. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, what timing from Gordon Hayward. So confident when it comes to pulling up in the defense's face. That's really nice.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable.